welcome to TAMAPTA. I'm Stan Irwin. Father Leonce DeHurtevant has lived in the north for more than 50 years, most of which has been spent doing missionary work. He has seen Paulatuk grow from one house to many buildings and homes of people he has lived with almost all his life. I talked with Father Leonce DeHurtevant in the spring of 1986. Give us a little history on Paulatuk.
Well, I think the story of Paulatuk, we have to understand it. We have to go back to in the 20s when the few people, when the mission started at Letiab. Of course, it was some people living all around because the Hudson Bay had already a trading post at Pierce Point and then one at Letiab too. And the mission then came in 1928 at Letiab. And then, but a few years, it didn't take long to realize that Letiab was good, but people had it was more resources around Paulatuk, fish and then caribou, and mainly it was lots of coal. So Father Bename was in charge of the mission at Letiab, so he told the bishop, why not move at Paulatuk, where we could have coal, because the coal we had was imported from Edmonton before. So, and the bishop, of course, agreed. He could see that it was a good thing. We could get the coal to warm up the mission right from the country. So the mission has been built here. Then we came at Paulatuk had been built in 1935.
When did you start preaching?
Myself, I came here at Paulatuk in 1949. 1949. But the mission was already here with Father Bename in 1935. But the mission was alone. People was living about 25, 30, 40, 50 miles around, where they could find some drift food, some patches of willows, and mostly some fish, some lake with fish, and then char, so to survive.
How long did it take the people to start moving into Paulatuk?
Then you see, then the mission was here in 35, and then people all around. And it was only people coming once in a while only. You see, the Hudson Bay quit Letiab in 33, so the people were left alone. Nobody to supply them. So when the mission moved to Paulatuk, the mission boat had to bring the main groceries for them to survive. Then in 55, the Hudson Bay Company, on the request, of course, the mission asked for it, and the government made pressure for it. They came back, but at Letiab. And then the people went on that side, that direction, close to Letiab. And then at 55 was also the year when the dew line started. And then people moved closer yet to Cape Perry. And you see, it was a very lonely place. So it was doctor over there, doctor, dentist, everything. So people went when they moved that way. And myself, then I went to Cape Perry in 57. In 57, so we formed a small community, small village, not far from the site, about 2 miles from down the hill. And we stayed there a few years. The Hudson Bay went there too. So, but it was, we were over there, and in the early 50s, early 60s, the government made a survey of the country to see how rich it was in country food. And the survey was made around Paulatuk in the early 60s by Gunther Abrahamson, I think, I still remember. So when he came he made the survey around Paulatuk. He made the survey in August, and he stayed there all summer, and he realized it was a really good place. Lots of caribou around. The Hornaday was full of fish, Arctic char. So he came back with really a good idea on Paulatuk. And he said, well, we would be good because people, we were at Cape Perry, but they used to come back always at Paulatuk during the spring or sometime during the summer. So Abrahamson made a very good report, and he asked the government to build a few houses at Paulatuk.
When did they start building?
But then it took a few years, of course, to build those houses. So the first houses came in 55, around 55. And but we finally came back, all of us, I think in 60, the first houses came in 55. In 65, yes, 65. Mm-hmm. And then all of us, we came back, I think, in 66. All of us. And then we started to build Paulatuk the way it is now. Mm-hmm. They came, it was a few houses built already. And that year, 66, I think some more came. And then people started to have their own houses right here at Paulatuk. And the year also we started a co-op store, so the people could have their own store by themselves. And little by little we developed. We had a few houses built, not every year, but quite every second year a few houses came. And after that, in the 70, I think, we had our airstrip built. After that, in 73, we had the power, and the school came.
What is it like when they first got the power around Paulatuk?
Oh, but we thought it was handy to have power by ourselves. We could have a good radio, and then a little bit of stereo, a bit of music. Mm-hmm. Well, it was nice.
What's the difference between now and long ago, the way the people around here live?
But you see, it has been a great change. The progress, you see, has been very great and very fast. We had well, we had to see the power in 73, the school. After that, we had the telephone. So, little by little, we are the way we are now. So. But
about long ago, what did people do to have fun when they all came together, like on Christmas or
but
Easter?
then it was well, the community spirit. We had no, it was. But before they were happy. Their wishes that time was to have enough meat, enough fish to survive. And then with hard work they could get what they wish. And then that's what the happiness was right there. And in the spring you could see it was really relaxed. The life was easier for them to get what they wish. So the springtime, like now, was a really relaxing time. As used to go inland and no worry to keep warm, no worry, no easy to get meat, caribou all around, ptarmigan, so easy to feed the dogs. So life was happy because they could get what they wish. But now I think the wish is no more in having those things to survive. The wish now is to have things to enjoy life. And many times I can't get it. So it's the real, I think the bottom is no more as before, not the same as before.
When you were young, Or when you first came to Paulatuk, who taught you how to speak Inuvialuit?
I learned with mostly with the Krimaksan at Stanton.
How long did it take you to
Oh, but you
learn?
see, for me it's a lifetime. You have to study, but it took me a full year to really to know how to speak and to understand. Not too bad anyway. And then after that, I had to keep on and keep on, because we had no dictionary, no grammar, nothing. See, my life was in summertime. I was walking to the river. People were most of the time in summertime they were at the river. So I used to go there on Saturday night, packing my little basket on my back and walking to the river, and then camping there. Next morning, coming back the same way, or going to. It was if you in the spring like now. Some used to move at Argo Bay. So I used to go to work Saturday morning from here and go all around Argo Bay and say mass at midnight, Saturday night at the Argo Bay point. And next morning, starting back, walking. It was nice all day.
How long would it take you to walk from here to Argo Bay?
I used to go start around 9 o'clock in the morning and then arrive at 9 o'clock at night. It's a long way to go by, to follow all around Argo Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So in the morning, next morning, they used to take me across with their boat to Egg Island. So it's a short, much shorter. So from Egg Island to here, I used to come back walking. It was a good life, yeah, really. And then we had to work hard to get our coal too. In the winter time at the coal mine, or in summer time at the fish camp. So life was really interesting.
I remember you owned a skidoo. How did you come about that one?
A skidoo? Oh, when the skidoo came on the market in the 60s, I had one. And then a few years after I got rid of my dogs. So I used to travel with skidoo a little in the beginning. But we don't need it no more. No. After that, I didn't need no more skidoo because everybody was around here. So I didn't have to bother with skidoo. First, I am not a mechanic. It's a lot more trouble to go by skidoo many times for a short distance than walking there. When you walk, you're sure to make it. But with skidoo, you never know. So that was life at that time. So now life is completely different now.
Were you here alone a lot of the time?
You see, when you're alone, especially when you have dogs, dogs is lots of work. Dogs is nice to have, but it's lots of work to keep them in shape. Then when you travel, you go someplace, now with skidoo, you go someplace, you come back 2 hours after, even if you go a long way. But with dogs, you go maybe 10 miles from here, well, that's 1 day's work. You camp there, then you come back next day. So if you make a few trips like that, in no time, the month is over, it's finished.
Where did you have to get your mail from those days?
I used to go to Stanton and then bring the mail.
How long trip would that be?
Oh, it takes, you see, 5 days to go, 5 days to come back, a few days over there. That's 3 weeks trip. Yeah. But you see, we were used to it, and then nothing else. It was our life that time. No rush, no. It was our life to survive and then have a nice social life. It's no rush.
Were a lot of the Inuvialuit people around here very friendly?
Oh, sure, for that, no doubt. Very friendly. Very friendly. It was nice always, really, for that, it's very, very good. Always, many things, sometimes we have no experience, so we don't know about it. If I ask something right away, they come to give me help.
Did a lot of people enjoy themselves?
Oh, for sure, for that, it was really dog race, foot race, and then lots of things. Nothing else. We had no skidoo, nothing, so We had to enjoy ourselves from the country itself. It was really, for me, Eskimo Inuvialuit culture. Live from the land, live on the land, enjoy the land, get our resources from the land, speaking I would say, the language of the Inuvialuit. So it was really, life was, we got everything by ourselves. I think that was, it was something really good.
Who are those?
This one is Edward Elias with his family, Holga, him, and then himself and their children. That's already long ago, when I was at Stanton, I think, with them. And this one is Ralph Nevikana and his brother, I think it was Adam, or I think it was Lil Adam. And then he has under his arm a tusk of a mammoth. We found that around the Anderson River. It was at least 8 feet, is only a part of it. This one, again, Father Lemmer cutting ice at Paulatuk. In the fall, we used to cut our ice for the water supply. So this one is the old Johnson of Croatia. It was one of the first men I met when I came in Stanton in 1937.
Oh.
He was very old already at that time. And then he died long ago at Tuktuyak.
What does he have in his hand?
He's a ptarmigan. He was good to put snare. We had a little bit of willows around, and he used to put snares in and get ptarmigan with that.
Oh.
It was very good. And I used to go with him. It was lots of fun. This one was just a riverboat, a barge, a little barge, to bring the supply to Aklavik. And then from Aklavik, that mission boat used to take it and supply the missions on the coast. Oh, this one is when we moved, like I said before, when we say the history of Paulatuk. I say that in 57, 55, everybody moved towards Leyte Harbor and Cape Perry. And so I waited until 57. And then I went to Cape Perry also with them, because nobody here at Paulatuk. Yeah. So we built this little shack there. And we stayed there a few years at Cape Perry, before we came back to Paulatuk. Oh, that's... I think it's Father Métayer took those pictures, caribou hunting in the spring, I think. He took pictures from Lil Way. I think it's Father Métayer, when he was caribou hunting in the spring with people, because when caribou start to come back in April, so everybody used to go inland and try to get good fresh meat. This one is a little, I think his name was Johnny Nakimaya. He was a little boy when his parents died from poison meat, and the little boy, I don't know, he ran away from his tent, I think. They were all alone around fish camp. So, and then they found him dead, little father anyway. Was a really good little boy. Oh, that's Father Franch with the first Skidoo I had in the 60. Little Kohler engine, the first model. And then Father Franch with it, and here Father Franch again, and with the Dulan chaplain for Father O'Brien, I think.
It's an old Skidoo, huh?
The real first model, Bombardier Skidoo. This one was the old Unigal. She was one of the first one to be at Paulatuk when they built Paulatuk in 1935. She died, we had a bad flu in 1955, I think, and she died at that time. She's hauling water. See, before it was, we used to get our water, all of us, by pail from the lake. And then even myself, I used to haul water every day, make my trip to the lake to keep up my barrel full always.
Where'd you get your perky from?
Oh, I don't know. I forgot. Somebody gave it to me. I forgot. Not from there, but somebody gave it to me just before I came.
It's a nice one, huh?
Yes, of course it was. But before it was the pride of the woman to make a nice parquet, a fancy thing, lots decorate something on the bottom and then on each side of the neck there. That's myself at Cape Perry. Anyway. During the year I was at Cape Perry. Maybe the same. My lamp is still the same as I have here now. Oh, this one is Christmas at Cape Perry. For Christmas we used to go at night in the camp, and then they used to celebrate Christmas in the camp. We had a Christmas dinner with. Then it was Santa Claus, and then here is the Reverend Mauer, the chaplain on the Dew Line. So I went there to visit and I took picture of it. It's Sukaya Luke Sedi, the mother of those Reuben brothers and sisters. There is that Jesse Green, the wife of Paulatuk. He died long ago, but she is the mother of Sam and Naoya. So she was on Paulatuk. She died. She was I think 101, but she right to the end she could walk and go around and perhaps squirrel sick.
Who is that on?
The old Kringnetter is the father of Alice Auger, Moses' wife. He was playing not chess but
Checkers?
Checkers, I think so. This is a very good picture. He was, you see, really thinking to try to win. Oh, this one is from Stanton, the old Johnson Orchard I was talking about, Mary Krutukar, Silas Palaya, I think maybe this one Freeman, and then Ralph Nevikana, maybe Father Rayan there. This one is the Angik Reuben, the father of the Reuben here. He got the Wolverine. This one, is, of course, is frozen. Guy Laurent, anyway, he came from East, and then he stayed with us at Cape Perry. So he went back after East. Oh, this one is, I think, Edward Reuben here and Cricois from Edward Cricois from Bailey Island. They were hunting caribou someplace in the spring, of course. So they took picture of it. Getting ready for dog race, I think, at Christmas, or people watching and the dogs thing getting ready.
A lot of people used to always go there?
Oh, sure, when we race, everybody go down to watch the race. It was no skidoo, there was no nothing. So it was nice.
Yeah. What about this man?
This man is Billy Thrasher, the father of Joe, Bertha, and your mother, and then Mary, Charlie.
Where is this?
This one is Tuktoyaktuk, also the same. This one too is Tuktoyaktuk. Here is the Alice, Billy Thrasher's wife, second wife, and their children. Yes, Bishop Trosselier, I think.
Who's those in the picture right there?
This one is Father Lemmer with his dogs. It was hauling ice or going to get coal at fish camp. It was, I think, in 47, 48. This one is Kane and his wife Rosie, I think, at Stanton also, long ago.
Kelly who?
Kane Uvayoas, from Tuktoyak. He went to Tuktoyak after. That's him also there. And this one is when I came first in the country, in 37, going from Fort Smith. It was, I think, on the Mission riverboat from Fort Smith to Aklavik at that time. Oh, this one is I don't know. It's not was for Aklavik or for Providence in a way. I was maybe coming down the river. Then when we used to come down the river, every time I went back to France, we came as far as Fort Smith and then coming down the river, and we stopped at every mission, of course. So maybe I took a picture of one of them. This one is Bertha Ruben, and Paulatuk, Marion Ruben, and this one, I think was Tony, maybe Tony Green, I think so, and this one maybe Bessie or Elizabeth, I forgot which one. This one is missing, I forgot.
Do you know this lady?
No, I don't know. It was it was always people between Coppermine and here, so they used to come to visit Paulatuk. I forgot her name, but she was just passing to Paulatuk when we took the picture. Oh, this one is the father and mother of Alice, Moses' wife, Andrew Kringertar, and the mother of Alice Kringertar. Both of them died.
Where are they from?
They came from Coppermine. They were living, like I said, between Coppermine and Paulatuk. So when we moved to Paulatuk, they came anyway to this side. Coming down the Mackenzie River, we used to carry all our supply from Fort Smith to Aklavik, to keep on the Lady of Lourdes. So we used to sit there days and days and days, and we traveling on the river.
Yeah.
It was nice. I think it's on top the hill there. Here is the Paulatuk, and then they took that picture facing Paulatuk. Somebody went to white man maybe visiting around, and kids follow, and then he took picture of them, but facing Paulatuk, so we see Paulatuk in there. This one is I think it was a little girl from Edward Elias, I think it's Emily, I think, if I remember. She must be a big girl now for sure. This one is Joe Trasher, Paulatuk. Was when he was young. Took two young boys and girls, and so I really don't know. People know this, but I don't know them good enough.